Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about Steel Wool's new Secret of the Mimic VR issues and what they should do to fix it, and also a few other things, namely Cursor Dreadbear and security breach, if they even can, I mean they should, but there's no guarantee, sadly. So the first part I guess I'm going to be talking about is the new drama about Secret of the Mimic's VR port, which apparently was only released on PSVR for a few days. This video is kind of late. I don't really know if it's on Steam now, but at the time of it coming out, it was only released for PSVR, and that got a lot of people mad because who has PSVR? Like, everyone plays on Steam, who doesn't? Not only that, but the PSVR Secret of the Mimic port was very buggy and very broken. Like, Steel Wool spent 10 months on this thing, and it was like, it's very broken, very buggy. I don't know what was going on. I wish I did though, but it's weird that after 10 months of development for this VR port, it's still very buggy, and I don't know why they only released it on PSVR 2. Maybe it's some kind of Sony contract, because I've heard that. They also were not communicating well with the fandom. Only, like, the last second did they say that it's only coming to PSVR, and for some reason they literally said that it's still buggy. I don't know why they didn't take the time to fix it. This isn't the first time Steel Wool has released something anticipated for so long that was very buggy. Take Security Breach for example. They took like a year and a half to make it, I think. Or maybe it was 2 years and a half. And it released very buggy and very boring. Anyone who say they like it, probably because of the atmosphere, but also the atmosphere isn't really that dark, isn't really that FNAF. It's too colorful. It's like FNAF World level colorful. I'm not shaming on either Security Breach or FNAF World. I love both. But apparently a lot of Security Breach stuff was cut, which would have made the game better. Like, the cut stuff would have made the game better in a way. There were a lot more actual dark stuff. I don't know, due to time constraints maybe they didn't release it with the cut stuff. They had to cut the stuff because of time constraints. Also, I've heard that the elevators in Security Breach were supposed to make the game run better, but they could have done something else. I'm sure they could have done something else. And Security Breach is still mildly broken right now. It's beatable, but it's still very broken. By the way, Secret of the Mimic VR actually was supposed to release before the flat mode. They had the Secret of the Mimic demo released, like, it was originally VR. So with Secret of the Mimic not being released VR first, that's also a weird thing. I feel like Steel Wool has all the time they can to, like, fix Security Breach or fix Secret of the Mimic VR, because, I mean, with those two at least, it's just bugs. Those can be patched within like 1 or 2 days. I'm not a game developer, I don't really know, but I'm just saying, they could just, you know, fix them already. They're not really working on anything else, unless they're being vague about Dreadbear, because there's been a lot of Dreadbear stuff going around. Yeah, basically, Steel Wool releases products. Steel Wool likes to release products that are broken at times, and they should lock in. That's the title of the video. Steel Wool, you need to lock in, because you releasing stuff unfinished, unpolished, whatever, you're just wasting everyone's time. And you should take the time you need to finish everything up, because releasing a product, releasing a product with bugs and stuff, everyone's going to not enjoy your work as much. Now, this I've talked about before. Cursed Dreadbear is still not on Xbox. Like, seriously, it's been 7 years. Can't we just have it now? I got Johnny Blocks to talk about it again. This isn't the first time he's said anything about it. But Cursed Dreadbear, unlike Secret the Mimic VR and Security Breach, where there's just bugs, Cursed Dreadbear is literally not in the game, or not accessible in the game on the Xbox port. But the assets and characters and stuff are in the Xbox port. Steelwool was going to release it on Xbox. I don't know why they didn't. Maybe it's, again, time constraints. Other projects like Security Breach and Security Breach Ruin. But it's about time they should add Cursed Dreadbear to Xbox, because, like, especially me, I've been waiting so long. I'm not gonna switch because I'm not that hopeless. If it's possible, I feel like Steelwool would add Cursed Dreadbear when they're done with everything else. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't. Besides that, Help Wanted is the first game they've made and isn't really an Xbox SX thing. It's more of an Xbox One thing. But they have the ability to port Cursed Dreadbear to the Xbox. The assets are still in the game, and there's no reason why they wouldn't add it. So in conclusion, Steelwool should just lock in, because they're releasing projects and stuff, they're releasing games without fully optimizing it and polishing it. And they're also prioritizing certain platforms, which I don't think is a good marketing plan, obviously. Everyone probably thinks that, because who doesn't? I mean, who wants to see a game or a mode being released on a certain day, and when on that day the company suddenly just says, oh, it's this platform, not any other platform? Like, who would want that? That's literally so unfair. And then, like, there's like Cursed Dreadbear, where it's like, it's not even like an unfinished thing. It's just like a laid off thing, more like. It's like a laid off thing, because it's like Steelwool forgot about that Cursed Dreadbear isn't on Xbox. But I mean, I hope they didn't. But they have been very quiet on that. They shouldn't be quiet. They should just say things as things go. Again, it's been like 6 or 7 years. But so what I want is these 3 things. And I think it will work out for everyone. The most likely would be fixing Secret of the Mimic VR and having it ported to Steam VR, if they haven't done that already, because I don't know. I haven't really checked. The second thing is adding Cursed Dreadbear to Xbox, because I mean, I made Johnny Blocks acknowledge it twice. Hopefully someone is like me, trying to get their attention. And then the least likely thing is for them to fix up Security Breach and maybe re-add the stuff that were originally going to be there. That would make up everything bad about Security Breach. Like, obviously to fix the glitches, but like going back to Security Breach and like adding all the stuff back that was supposed to be there, and like maybe optimizing it just a little more. I mean, it's worth buying at that point. It's broken, and $40 is a scam right now. So those are the 3 things that Steelwool should do to lock in. They should, if they haven't already, they should Fix Secret of the Mimic VR and have it on all VR support platforms. Add Christian Dreadbear with Xbox, which is something I've said like a million times. And then fix up Security Breach and add the stuff that was going to be there in the first place. Even Scott Cawthon himself was like, he didn't want Security Breach to turn out like that. It was missing a lot of things that he wanted. So that's it. That's how Steel Wolf should lock in. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.